one individual we dealt with last year 202 times, arrested him 22 times. Majority of them are, acting disordered in the downtown. He has some mental health challenges. And he gets arrested, breaks into cars, steals ID, uses it at bank machines or debit machines or in variety stores, gets arrested again the next day after doing more drugs, goes to court, he's back out on bail, he's breaking into cars again. And it's so cyclical that it's actually sickening to see it.
So is the answer to that, though, not to not give him bail, but to get him out of the system and into a mental health institution?
And that's where there's some challenges, because it's very, very hard to force.
That's a whole nother issue, but it's a major issue as well.
It is a major issue.
Yeah.
Because, you have to get them into the judicial system, and our members can only, when they're dealing with somebody who is a danger to themselves or others, or not able to care for themselves, they're making an apprehension under the Mental Health Act, they take them to the hospital. Or if you have that person who's mentally disordered and they're assaulting somebody, we put them before the court, and it's up to the courts to determine criminal responsibility and order a fitness hearing to see if they're, they understand the nature of their acts. But there's not a lot of things that can be done, because people really aren't at that threshold where you can detain them and send them for those hearings. A lot of the people know what they reasonably know what they're doing. They're at a certain level, but they're not far enough along, and as a result, we're stuck doing the same thing time and again with the same result. So, a couple of the organizations that I'm a member of, the Ontario Association of Chiefs of Police and the Canadian Association of Chiefs of Police, we advocate to the government about, changing certain things and changing the bail laws, or passing new laws, just so that you can prevent these repeat crimes. As you know, we had another stabbing where a gentleman on a weekend was going about his business. He walked down a laneway in the downtown, and somebody stabbed him twice, once in the neck, once in the stomach. The victim there is a foreign student from Korea, and all he was doing was walking to work. And somebody who had been released on bail for previous weapons charges, where he was swinging a knife in the street, attacked him. We're still working on that, and as to motive, we're looking at everything from a hate crime to it being just a random attack.
Yeah. So if that guy didn't get bail and he was sentenced, how does that side of it work for police? What would you expect if he? I don't know. This. I don't know if you know. Does he have a prior record? Was he likely to be put away for 6 months or 18 months or 3 years or whatever? He's back on the street if it's 6 months. What do you think about that side of things?
Does that jail time actually make a difference in his ability to repeat those offenses?
Well, you would expect that while they're in custody, there's access to treatment and care. That you can get access to mental health professionals, addiction counseling, things like that. That, in the real world, we can't compel people to go for drug treatment. And that's part of the cyclical problem that we're dealing with. That, you're dealing with the same people day in, day out that have drug addictions, and, they go and they steal, they have to feed their habit. And they victimize other people in the community, but they're not at the point where they can, make a decision on their own to get treatment. And then again, you have to have that treatment readily available. So there's a lot of moving pieces to it.
And if you go into a provincial institution for 6 months, are you likely to get drug counseling?
That I can't speak on.
Yeah, my understanding is not, but again, that's just what I hear from people who work in the trade. It's just there are not enough programs in prisons either, which is a problem, obviously.
Yeah, and when Peterborough this week publishes their briefs, you do see a lot of, when you do it, and I think the citizens like to follow that, you do see a lot of breach of probations, and even, I went on your website today and looked at, what's been happening the last couple of weeks, and that was a common charge along with whatever the new crime was, so that is a societal thing that obviously has to be dealt with.